Well, let me sing y'all a song. Here's me singing y'all a song on this, right? So, what I said on Taylor's platform, right? Shout out to Taylor, right? What I said, nobody can argue with that, okay? Because that I'm still angered about that, because that's it's like, you know what? I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that part alone. I just had to sit there and say what I got to say on Taylor's, but you know, let's talk about this thing about Big J being a loser and Big J being a what's the word? I'm being a a failed YouTuber. What does that supposed to mean? A failed YouTuber. You know what? I'm gonna change the title to this in a minute. I'll change the title after this, but so I'm a failed YouTuber, right? What every time somebody said that, right? What is that supposed to mean? And the person who said it, I want to know something. How can you call me a failure, but then you lost channels? You lost four or five channels, while I have at least four working channels. I ain't telling you what these other channels I got is, but I got four channels with videos on them. So so you lost five, six channels, but yet you want to make a point that I have that I'm a lame nigga. Please, if I'm a lame, I'd rather be one. Okay, I think anybody would be a lame. They would choose to be a lame over than being a PDF file like you. You made that little punk ass little live stream about me. I watched the beginning of it and so forth. But here's the thing: you can say anything you want, but they will never say Big J has ever went to prison for touching on a child. Big J never went to prison for armed armed robbery. Big J never went to prison for grape. Big J never went to prison for domestic violence. You went to prison for those. But you on YouTube trying to talk about me. Okay? And you are the real reason why though. See, when I talked about the manosphere, I really was talking about you. Even though I don't mention your name, even though I don't mention your name because of your crimes, because of your past convictions and your crimes, you don't deserve me mentioning your name. I don't need to mention your name, especially when a man touch on a 12-year-old girl. I don't need to mention your name. You don't need to have any more views, far as I'm concerned. That's why that's why I said though there needs to be an investigation on Google and needs to be an investigation on YouTube and why people like you and Obsidian um, get and also Anger Man get away with shit. Okay, the stalking harassment by Obsidian, Anger Man putting guns out on people, and here is you, a man who raped a child, but you probably are, but yet you mad at grown women not taking you seriously. And then you talking about you want respect. Nigga, you are nobody to respect. Yeah, you know, you know, I might want to get on Twitter. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do, George? You gave me an idea. Right? You gave me an idea, George. I might wanna go on Twitter because I was on Twitter all night because I was trying to watch the Candace Owens and her not going to Charlie Kirk's memorial service, so or funeral, whatever it is. So what I'm going to do is, well, it's just that the clue is right there. I think though some of these media needs to investigate these manosphere clowns. That's what I think. You know, I'm just saying, right? So yeah, but I'm sitting over here just so everything I said on Taylor live stream, I meant what I said, um, because it's the truth, and that's why the party's over with. When I went ahead and shut down that whole discussion, what happened in March, and then I see how people are made of. See, the thing is, he folded. Sherrod folded, right? He folded, and when he folded, that should have let people know, you know. Now I'm not the one who initiated the, you know, what happened. That was his boy Daryl Long. He did that, but when Daryl Long went ahead though and you know, took a hit on him, took that hit on him. I guess and got everything. He got Sharon's channel, demonetized and everything. He should have known though. He was warned, but anyway, he was warned, so it doesn't even matter. So um, I got a lot of topics I really want to talk about, but it's so many topics. I want to talk about this whole idea of the next thing I want to talk about is this idea of they want America to fall, right? I want America to fall. I'm so tired of hearing black people online saying they want America to fall. I remember that one time I was on TRS, and there was a lot of the people from the conscious community come up in there, and I'm gonna say this right now. I can't stand the conscious community. I can't stand the pro, who I could call the pro quacks, right? I can't stand them. But anyway, they always been coming on Tyrone's channel, Talk Real Solutions. They come on his channel and they always said, well, I want America to fall. And I told this person, I called in that one night. This is about 10 years ago. And I said, what state are you in? What state are you in the United States? He said, I'm in New Jersey. Yeah, I'm in New Jersey. Okay, that's fine. You are in New Jersey. What is New Jersey a part of? The America. Okay, fine. Okay, so you as a black man saying that you live in the New York, Jersey City area, right? The New York, New Jersey area. You around the New York City area. So if America falls, you up on the East Coast, you up in the New York area, and New York is attached to New York State. New York State is attached to the United States. So how is that? How is that supposed to work when if this country do fall? How you gonna grow your own shit? How you gonna grow your own food? How you gonna maintain your own power? How you gonna get your own, your power, your power, your food, and communications? What are you gonna do? Get you a T-Mobile phone, prepaid? How is this supposed to work if America falls? Listen, if America falls, then that would mean that it'll fall right on top of you, black man. See, but see, I know that in this space, um, that people who are the voice of reason in this space are not supported. I remember that one time a lady. I wouldn't call her a lady. I wouldn't call her a lady because she's too much of a. Anyway, happened on Debate Me's channel, and she was talking about that if you get yourself a law degree, you are a coon. And I'm shaking my head on this, wanted to laugh at this. And, and I'm saying again, she's one of those pro blacks, right? Saying that pro black rhetoric, red, black, and green, right? Got the nerve to sit on the panel and said that being a lawyer, if you're a black person and you're a lawyer, you are automatically a coon. COON, right? So I'm sitting there just scratching my head at this, and you know, talking about, she talking about the word bar means, the British flag, and hold on. Pigeon carrier, smoke signals. Right, right. Exactly, exactly. About the whole, communications thing. How y'all gonna get y'all communications if the country collapse, right? It's a dumb argument. It's one of the dumbest arguments I ever heard in this part of YouTube. But anyway, going back to this woman, right? Some of y'all might remember her name. You know what? I'll say her name, Sister Naya, right? And she tried to tell me that the bar, like you passing the bar exam. She thought the word bar means British. The B supposed to mean British, and no, if you're a lawyer, you got it. You got your degree from the British Crown, and I'm like, and I'm sitting there telling her like, listen, the word bar is short for barbarous. A barbarous is an ancient term for an attorney, and another word for an attorney is lawyer. And I'm trying to break this down to this person, right? And I'm sitting there like, okay, got all these idiots getting support, but if somebody has know what the hell they're talking about, they don't get no any support. So since Sanaya decided to say that crazy, and then though she said, I beat the courthouse. I beat such and such and such at the courthouse. I said, huh? Yeah, it's one of those puff and pass pontificate. They wanted to pontificate and pontificate. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired. You know, but anyway, back to the point, right? She gonna sit there and say that she went to the Atlanta courthouse and beat a case. And I'm sitting there like, okay, you beat your own case. Okay. So when you walk in that courthouse and you're talking to the DA or the whoever from somebody from the DA office, and they're about to send your son to jail. No, was it her son or her? I forgot who it was, but she was trying to rep. So I'm sitting there like, okay, how you supposed to, in order to represent yourself, right? They would give you the power of the see, I'm just the power of attorney, which is codified in law by the bar association. You know what? I listen. I try to tell her this shit, and this happened around like 2002. I want to say 2002, 2000. No, 2022. I mean, what I'm saying, 2022, 2021. And I'm sitting here talking. I'm just like, I had to laugh. And this woman supposed to be in her 50s, right? And you're believing in this nonsense, believing in this sovereign citizen. Oh, I'm a Moor bullshit. Oh, I'm a Moor, and okay, what does your birth certificate say? Oh, the birth certificate is on the stock exchange. I'm trying to figure out where is the stock exchange when it comes to the birth certificate. Where can anybody name the corporation that has it, that has the data in is on the stock market? And if it is on the stock market, how come you're not getting a dividend? You gotta explain that. You should have talked to a black lawyer. See, one of them coons you call lawyers, and get a law passed to get you know it's very asinine to me. Very asinine how some of you people think. You know, like what the hell? But the sun is coming up. Um, yeah, the sun is coming up. Well, ain't the sun. Well, the sun ain't out, but I see it's light. It's daylight. It's no longer dark. I miss the darkness. It's seven in the morning. But I'm gonna cover I want to know what time of the memorial service for Charlie Kirk, because I want to see who's there. Because I think though there's I want to see what's Candace Owens' reaction, since she's not going to the memorial service. So anyway, I'm gonna jump off of here. Y'all be easy, and I'll see y'all next time. I'm out.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.